Hello everyone. In a previous lecture, we have discussed requirements of good aggregate, classification of aggregate, and properties of aggregate. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about impurities in aggregate, grading of aggregate, and sieve analysis. Then, first point is impurities in aggregates. Aggregates that contains excessive amount of tannic acid, vegetable matter, oil, humid acid, sulfates, free carbonic acid, alkali, salt, etc. are considered to be harmful. The aggregate which contains excessive amount of unwanted material like vegetable matter, oil, humid acid, sulfates, free carbonic acid, alkali, salt, etc. are considered as impurities. These impurities are present in aggregate because we get aggregates from natural resources and we store it openly. That's why aggregate contains impurities. The presence of such harmful substances prevents the proper adhesion of cement on the surface of aggregate and thus affects the properties of concrete adversely. Because of impurities, bond between aggregate and cement can't build properly. So ultimately bond become poor and it is adversely affects on the strength of concrete. Therefore, presence of impurities in aggregate decreases the strength of the concrete. There are two types of impurities. First is inorganic and second is organic. First, inorganic impurities. These mainly contain silt and clay. Clay and silt, if exceeds, can be easily removed by washing the sand. Second, organic impurities. Organic impurities is any material produced originally by living organisms like plant or animal. This contains decayed vegetable matter, humus, organic clay, decayed animal matter, etc. It affects on the setting time and hence strength of concrete. If the organic matter exceeds the limit, then the fine aggregate is either rejected or it is completely washed up before using. Then next point is grading of aggregate. The analysis of particle size distribution in a given sample by sieve analysis method is called as a grading of aggregate. The particle size distribution of the aggregate is termed as gradation. The sieve analysis is conducted to determine this particle size distribution. Grading pattern is assessed by sieving a sample successively through all the sieves mounted one over the other in the order of size, with larger size sieve on the top. The material retained on each sieve after shaking represents the fraction of aggregate coarser than the sieve and finer than the sieve above. The important factor for producing workable concrete is good gradation of aggregate. Good grading implies that the sample of aggregate contains all the standard fractions of the aggregate in a required proportion such that the sample contains minimum words. Proper gradation of aggregate is one of the most important factors in producing workable concrete. Proper gradation ensures that a sample of aggregate contains all standard fractions of aggregate in a required proportion such that the sample contains minimum words. A sample of well-graded aggregate containing minimum words will require minimum paste to fill up the words in the aggregate. Minimum paste means less quantity of cement and less quantity of water, leading to increased economy, higher strength, lower shrinkage, and greater durability. The workability is improved when there is an excess of paste above that the required to fill up the voids in the sand and also an excess of mortar above that required to fill the voids in the coarse aggregate because fine material replicates the large particles. Well-graded aggregate contains particles of all sizes in the required proportion so that the large size particles have large voids which are filled with smaller size particles. Smaller size particles also have voids which are filled with smaller size particles. Grading of aggregate is divided into four types. First, well-graded. Second, gap graded. Third, poorly graded. And fourth, uniformly graded. First type of grading of aggregate is well graded. In the aggregate, if the particles of all sizes are present in appreciable proportion, then it is called as a well graded aggregate. If particles of all sizes are present in a sample of aggregate, then it is called as a well graded aggregate. IS code gives guidelines for appreciable proportions of aggregate according to their sizes. If the particles of all sizes are present, then they should be according to IS norms. A sample of well-graded aggregate containing minimum words will require minimum paste to fill up the words in the aggregate. We know that well-graded aggregate contains minimum words. That's why minimum paste is required to fill up the words in the aggregate. And remaining paste may be used for coating all aggregate properly, so good bond will form between cement and aggregate, which is useful for good strength and durability of concrete. Minimum paste will mean less quantity of cement and less quantity of water, which will further mean increased economy, higher strength, and lower shrinkage and greater durability. Second type of grading is gap graded. If a particular sieve size is not present in aggregate, they are called a gap graded. In a gap graded aggregate, particular sizes are absent or particular sizes are missing. Gap grading can create efficiency in cohesiveness, permeability, and surface finish. Sand which has gap grading is generally not preferred. Third type of grading is poorly graded. The aggregate sample which contains excess amount of any specific size of aggregate and deficiency of other sizes of aggregate, such sample termed as poorly graded aggregate. Poorly graded aggregate generally requires excessive amount of cement paste to fill the voids, which leads to make concrete uneconomical. Gap graded aggregate fall in between well graded and poorly graded in terms of performance and economy. Gap graded is a viable gradation but not optimal. Fourth type of grading is uniformly graded. In the aggregate, if the particles are of almost same size, it is called uniformly graded aggregate. Sand which uniformly graded is generally not preferred. Then next point is sieve analysis. The sieve analysis is conducted to determine the particle size distribution in a sample of aggregate, which we call gradation. A sieve analysis or gradation test is a practice or procedure used commonly to assess the particle size distribution of a granular material by allowing the material to pass through a series of sieves of progressively smaller mesh size and weighing the amount of material that is stopped by each sieve as a fraction of the whole mass. Sieve sizes are based on dimension of the mesh size opening or on the number of openings per linear inch. If the size of mesh opening is 80 mm, then sieve is called as a 80 mm size sieve. If size of mesh opening is 4.75 mm, then this sieve is called as the 4.75 mm size sieve. The aggregates used for making concrete are normally of the maximum size 80 mm, 40 mm, 20 mm, 10 mm, 4.75 mm, 2.36 mm, 600 micron, 300 micron and 150 micron. The aggregates fraction from 80 mm to 4.75 mm are termed as a coarse aggregate, and those fractions from 4.75 mm to 150 micron are termed as fine aggregates. The size 4.75 mm is a common fraction appearing both in coarse aggregate and fine aggregate. Grading pattern of a sample of coarse aggregate or fine aggregate is assessed by sieving a sample successively through all the sieves mounted one or other in the order of size, with large size on the top and the pan at the end. The aggregate is placed on the top sieve and it is closed by a lid. Sieving can be done either manually or mechanically. The sample should be brought to an air dry conditioner before weighing and sieving. We can use manual sieve shaker or mechanical sieve shaker for sieving. In the manual operation, the sieve is shaken giving movements in all possible directions to give chance to all particles for passing through the sieve. In hand shaking, 2 minutes is required for each sieve, and for manual shaker, sieving should be continued for not less than 10 minutes. The operation should be continued till such time that the almost no particle is passing through. The material retained on each sieve after shaking represents the fraction of aggregate coarser than the sieve in equation and finer than the sieve above. From the sieve analysis, the particle size distribution in a sample of aggregate is found out. Particle size distribution is indicated that what sizes of particles are present in what proportion in the sample of aggregate. Weight of aggregate retained on each sieve is found out by weighing the aggregate on weighing balance. After that, we have to find out percentage weight retained on each sieve. Weight retained on sieve divided by total weight of aggregate into 100, we will get value of percentage weight retained on sieve. After that, we will get idea about percentage weight retained on each sieve. In this connection, a term known as fineness modulus is being used. Fm is a ready index of coarseness and fineness of the material. The term fineness modulus is only indication of the fineness and coarseness of aggregate. Then what is meant by fineness modulus? Fineness modulus is an empirical factor obtained by adding the cumulative percentage of aggregate retained on each sieve of the standardized sieves ranging from 80 mm to 150 micron and dividing this sum by an arbitrary number 100. To calculate fineness modulus of aggregate, percentage weight retained and cumulative percentage weight retained, these two terms are important, in which percentage weight retained we have already seen. After that, we have to find out cumulative percentage weight retained on each sieve. Cumulative means in all or total, and fineness modulus means total cumulative percentage weight retained on sieve or sum of cumulative percentage weight retained on sieve divided by 100. So we have to find out cumulative percentage weight retained. For sieve set 1, percentage weight retained is P1, then total aggregate retained up to sieve set 1 is P1. We consider that P1 is equal to Q1. Then for sieve set 2, percentage weight retained is P2. Then total percentage weight retained up to sieve set 2 is P1 plus P2 is equal to Q2. Then for sieve set 3, percentage weight retained is P3. Then total percentage weight retained up to sieve set 3 is P1 plus P2 plus P3. We can say that Q2 plus P3 is equal to Q3. Similarly, cumulative percentage weight retained for every sieve is find out. After summation of all cumulative percentage weight retained is done and we get total cumulative percentage weight retained. Then fineness modulus is equal to summation of cumulative percentage weight retained divided by 100. It means Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 plus Q4 plus Q5 plus Q6 divided by 100. The value of fineness modulus gives idea of coarseness and fineness of aggregate. Fineness modulus of sand varies and the following limits may be taken as a guidance. If the value of fineness modulus is less than 2.2, then sand or fine aggregate is very fine. If value of fineness modulus is between 2.2 to 2.6, then sand is fine. And if value of fineness modulus is between 2.6 to 2.9, then sand is medium. And if value of fineness modulus is between 2.9 to 3.2, then sand is coarse. A sand having a fineness modulus more than 3.2 will be unsuitable for making satisfactory concrete, as well as if a sand having fineness modulus less than 2.2, then sand should be rejected before using.
Sieve analysis is the method of particle size analysis, using which we determine the amount of particles of different sizes present in the soil sample. Sieve analysis is done for coarse-grained soils. In this method, soil is sieved through a set of sieves. Sieves are wire screens having square openings. Size of these openings gives the sieves their name, which is called sieve number. A sieve with a mesh opening of 4.75 mm is designated as 4.75 mm sieve. Similarly, a 600 micron sieve refers to a sieve which has a mesh opening of 0.6 mm. Sieve analysis itself is done in two ways: dry sieve analysis, wet sieve analysis. We take roughly 500 gram of soil sample. It should not contain any lumps into it, and if it does, then lump should be pulverized. We take its weight and say this weight as capital W. Now this sample is sieved through 4.75 mm sieve. The portion of soil which contains particle size bigger than 4.75 mm is retained on the sieve. This portion is called gravel fraction. The portion of soil which contains particle size less than 4.75 mm passed through the sieve. This portion is called sand fraction. This way, coarse-grained soils are divided into two categories. One is gravels, having grain size greater than 4.75 mm, and second one is sand, having grain size smaller than 4.75 mm. So, for sieve analysis of our sample, we need two sets of sieves, one for gravel fractions and another for sand fractions. For gravel fractions, we require sieves of sizes 80 mm, 40 mm, 20 mm, 10 mm and 4.75 mm. This set is called set of coarse sieves, as it sieves coarser part of coarse soils. Second set of sieves for sand fractions consist of sieves of sizes 2 mm, 1 mm, 600 micron, 425 micron, 212 micron, 150 micron and 75 micron. If we didn't mention, then 1 mm, that is millimeter, is equal to 1000 micrometer, which we denote as micron. So 1 mm is equal to 1000 micron. So here 600 micron is actually 0.6 mm. This set of sieves is called set of fine sieves, as it sieves finer part of coarse soils. The sieves are stacked one over the other with increasing size of their mesh openings from bottom to top, which means the sieve of the largest opening is kept at the top. The pan, which has no opening, is placed below the bottommost sieve. The soil sample is placed in the top sieve and the lid to cover this arrangement is placed over the topmost sieve. The whole arrangement is then placed on a mechanical shaker and is shaked for 10 minutes. Then arrangement is taken out and the amount of soil retained on each sieve and pan is weighed with the accuracy of 0.1 gram. Let's say the weights retained on the sieves are W1, W2, W3, W4, W5 and W pen. Then we calculate the percentage of amount of soil retained on each sieve as a weight of retained soil on the sieve divided by the total weight of soil sample multiplied by 100. This way we know what percentage of total weight is retained on a particular sieve. Percentage weight retained on the first sieve is W1 divided by capital W multiplied by 100. Let's say these percentage as P1, P2, P3, P4, P5 and P pen. For calculation purposes and to determine some important characteristics, we also calculate two values. First one is cumulative percentage retained. Let's write our calculations in a table. Now, cumulative percentage retained of any sieve is the percentage weight retained on that sieve plus all percentage weight retained of all the sieves above it. Cumulative percentage retained is the total percentage amount of soil which could not pass the particular sieve. In other words, this percent amount of soil has grain size greater than the sieve number. So let's calculate the cumulative percentage retained for each sieve. Second value we calculate is percentage finer, using which we plot a graph called particle size distribution curve. Percentage finer, as name suggests, is the percentage amount of soil which is finer than a particular sieve. Consider any sieve from the stack. The amount of soil above this sieve is coarser, and its total weight in percentage of total soil sample weight is cumulative percentage retained on this sieve. And the amount of soil below this sieve is finer portion of the sample, which has particle size smaller than openings of the sieve. Total weight of this portion in percentage of total soil sample is percentage finer of this sieve. This can be easily calculated by simply removing cumulative percentage from the 100% of the soil sample. Now we can complete our table. The whole procedure we discussed